Hello everyone, I am Kim with Abundant Life Tarot, and I'm super excited because I am doing an unboxing right here, right now. And this is cool because I actually contributed to the guidebook of one of the cards in this deck, and that's why I'm really excited that it came today. And I'm mad because it had been sitting in the mailbox since Saturday, and today is Monday. And I'm like, the what do you call it, USPS did not, they irritated me. They did not track it. Normally they let me know that the package has been delivered, and they didn't do that. And I'm like, okay. So it's here. Here it is. Words are magic. Tell me a story. So it's in a, I like the box. Can't wait to open her up. So this was a Kickstarter as well. And I wanted a print of the card that I wrote for the guidebook. Oh my goodness, it's in there. I kind of peeked at what was in here, but now I can't seem to get it out. Okay, nice and packed tight. Okay, so there's Crater. That's the image. We'll look closer at it in a moment. So it's in a little frame, and I'll just probably put it up somewhere here. And here's the guidebook, and it's like got a matte texture. Stories, a collaborative oracle deck from the 8th house, the online tarot, plus the online tarot community. So it's from the 8th house plus the tarot community. There's a bookmark. Tell me a story. Words are magic, and they are. Here's a cute little sticker. And then, let's see. Dedication. Okay. Oh. Wow, so her forward, I like that. I'm not going to read it right now, but there's quite a number of cards. Let's see, does it say the number of cards? It doesn't, I think. Let me see. No, it doesn't. But there's a lot of contributors here. And there's my name. You can't see it, oh well. This is exciting. Yeah, there's a lot. And so this is based on the constellations. And the idea was for us to take a constellation and be inspired by the story of what it brings up. And so many different creators or tarot folk had contributed to a story for each card or each constellation. So I think what I'm going to do to make this easier is switch the angles, because I think it'll make it easier. And I'm going to need to pause for a moment and open up the plastic. So I'm going to switch angles and be right back. Okay, so we have switched angles, and I have my 8th house tarot right here. This is the first edition. I've been toying with the idea of getting the second edition when I go back into my low depth year. So we'll see, because it's because of the holographic images when I'm recording. I'll probably save this deck for in-person readings and then have the non-holographic ones be for my video readings, is what I was thinking. But that's not what we're doing here. We're unboxing the Stories Oracle. And we have them both in a box, but this one has this kind of little helper here. I mean, this is easy to open too, but yeah, slightly different box. Nice and snug. Let's take a look. Oh my goodness. And here's the guidebook. We'll look at them more in detail in a moment, and then I'll show you up close. You can see the lady bent over in her spine, forming a crater, if you will. So we'll go through each of the cards, and then we'll look at the guidebook. Here are the backs. Oh my god, it's matte gold gilding, tarot size, and I'm in love. This is some badass gold gilding. Wow. I mean, it's just gorgeous. The sheen on it, but it's not super sheeny. It's so amazing. All right, let's go through these cards here. So we'll start with this one first. So it's very modern, like I like them. So bear that in mind. It's not going to be to everyone's taste, I realize. But if you're like me, you like ultra modern decks at times. And I also like old school vintage decks too. But I think this is the Aquarian in me that is after that futuristic feel. Andromeda, this says, and it's in this tiny font, which some people may have a hard time viewing, but I've had LASIK surgery on my eyeball, so I can see it just fine. It says, how can you best trust and protect your heart? And so you can see the heart, the shape of the heart in the background. And so just for an example, let's look up the guide book here. So like I mentioned before, you have the table of contents and the dedication, the fort. It's so soft and just luscious. So we go right into the meanings. Andromeda, Princess of Ethiopia, guilty by association. And then we have the keywords, intuition, codependency, and trust. I love that. And there's a story embodying what this card means. So each writer or creator offered their different take on the card and either told fictional stories or told personal stories of themselves, or I don't even know if some made poems. It was a very avant-garde project, and I really was excited that Sarah Calvaries invited me. Thank you, dear. I'm so excited for you and for this creation. So I won't read like all of this. It goes on quite a bit, but I will, for some of the cards, read some of the keywords here. See, it goes on quite a bit. She allowed us to write as much as we want. Here's like a poem. This is Apis, Bird of Paradise. So that's the next card, and you can see the little bird of paradise in the background. What if your What if your breakdown is your breakthrough? I guess my eyes aren't as good as I thought. So, keywords, stuck, stagnant, impacted. I like that. Oh, Aquarius. Constellation Aquarius. How can you fill anyone else's cup if yours is empty? Keywords, grit, self-prioritization, release. Okay, next up is Aura. What if you had the power to hurt, but healed instead? Let's see what that one is. The altar, that's what Aura, like it has like a, in parentheses, another part of the meaning. Let me get close. Yeah. The Onthanar. Keywords, power, exchange, healing, reconciliation. Argo Novice. What are you protecting in the safety of your memories? That's an interesting take, huh? Let me see. The Ship. Betwixt the Justling Rocks. Keywords, impermanence, perspective, refuge. We have Aries. What if you could start fresh? The Ram, fleeced no more. Keywords, sovereignty, reclamation, fresh start. I like that. I could totally see that. Aries is a fresh start. Auriga? What will you do with today? Tomorrow is not guaranteed. Let's see, what would you do today? Conductor of souls is underneath there, and also it's the charioteer, and the keywords are fragility, honoring cycles, death, and rebirth. Boots? What if everything can't always be fair? Cancer? What would you do for those you care for? Oh. Canes Venatici? Let me see. It's quite the spelling. Oh, and I like boots. The big shot, the bastard, and the bear. I like that. Cancer, the moon crown. Keywords, compassion, devotion, and protection. And then we get to this one. The hunting dogs. We'll go with that. The hunting dogs. The tale of the two dogs. Keywords, loyalty, friendship, support. Oh, okay. It says, what if you were strong enough to stand alone, but wise enough to accept the support of others? Oh, I like that. It's so cute. Canis Minor. What if your grief liberated you? Let's see. Big dog. Canis Majora of the Coyote Huntress Society. Keyword, let go, trust the universe, be flexible. Oh, I really like that. Oh, I love the stories. I won't read them now, but I do enjoy the stories as well. Let's see. Canis Major. Oh, did I read this one wrong? Okay, Canis Major is actually let go, trust the universe, and be flexible. Canis Minor, the little dog, this is the big dog, the major, and this is the little dog, is endings, grief, and liberation. That makes more sense. I was like, huh? Okay. That goes on quite a bit. Capricornus, the sea goat, individualization from the deep waters of inspiration. Keywords, self-discipline, perseverance, and self-actualization. And the Capricornus card says, what if that magic you were looking for was in the work you were avoiding? Ooh, I like that. I like that a lot. We have Cassiopeia. What if what if you rewrote your generational narrative? Look at the rope bounding the fist. And the keywords for this one is generational trauma, familial wounds, and shadow work. I really, really appreciate the keywords to it, because over time you can get familiar with the cards and their meanings, because you get help with this little text here and the images, but then over time as you work with the guidebook, it's going to be easier to recall it, and it'll be it'll be one of those relationships with the deck where you've had to get to know the book a little bit, but you also have enough to kind of move around intuitively without consulting the book. So that's good. Okay, Centaurus. What if you spent your life on something that will outlast it? Wow. The wounded healer is the Centaurus. The keywords, healing, forgiveness, legacy. Oh, and this one has a reverse meaning. Rejection, past wounds as burden, sacrifice. Huh. I wonder why this one got a reversal. I'll probably have to read up, and there might be a explanation in that. Cephas, king of Ethiopia, personal power, keywords, personal power, codependency, people pleasing. So maybe that's why those are kind of reverse of personal power. So maybe that's it. Cetus, the sea monster, the whale, the priestess, and the ruler of men. What if you could see the world through the eyes of your enemy? Wow. Coma Berenices. How are the stories we tell ourselves part of the larger collective narrative? I really like that. And that's Cosmic Web. It's pretty. Keywords, community, perspective, personal narrative. Corona Australis. How could your life change if you stopped comparing it to someone else's? Ooh, I like that. I do. Let me see. Let's see. Keywords, isolation, belonging, and perspective. Ooh, cute and pretty. Corona Borealis. What if you were in charge of your life this whole time? The Northern Crown. Keywords, positivity, boundaries, self-respect. Corvus, what are you procrastinating on today that will punish you tomorrow? Corvus, it's not fine without the wine. It says, and then it's also the crow. And keywords, procrastination, breaking commitments, irresponsibility. And then here's the card that I wrote, the little piece for the guidebook. Crater. Where are you at on your priority list? Where are you at on this priority list here? Crater is the cup. Raven's container is what it's also known as. The keywords, stress, work-life balance, expectations. OMG. Oh, OMG. Okay, so I'm going to actually read this one since I had a hand in it. All right, so it says, this card represents the importance of achieving balance in giving, receiving, and reciprocity. Are you giving away too much in comparison to what you are receiving in return? You are being asked to look at how much you are pouring out of your cup in relation to what is being poured into it by yourself and others in your life. You hold the sole responsibility to keep healthy boundaries and set realistic. Let me say this sentence again. I'm all excited. You hold the sole responsibility to keep healthy boundaries and set realistic expectations for yourself and others in order to maintain a harmonious life. The tarot cards represented are Temperance, Six of Pentacles, and Ten of Wands. Look at these cards' meanings to delve deeper into how to work with the energies of the Raven's Container card. And then we go to, we go to the myth here. 1100 BC, Mount Olympus, the Greek myth. Crater is the tail of Raven, a water snake, and the Greek god Apollo. Apollo sent Raven to fetch water with a cup, or a crater. Raven set out on his journey and happened upon some unripened figs. Raven made the decision to wait for the figs to ripen so he could eat them. Several days pass, and Raven is finally ready to fetch the water and deliver it to Apollo. Sadly, the creek's water supply evaporated in the hot summer sun. Thirsty, Raven took a couple of sips of the water in the crater. He figured he could blame the hot summer sun for the small amount of water he was able to collect. Unbeknownst to Raven, a water snake was also scooped up in the cup, and it drank what little water remained after he took a few sips. Raven blamed the lack of water solely on the water snake upon his return to Apollo. Apollo was not having any of the excuses and angrily cast the crater, Raven, and the water snake as constellations into the night sky in such a way as to prevent Raven from ever drinking water from the crater and to be a symbol of how one should never attempt to defraud a god. Some would think Apollo is the wronged party, but it was Raven who most suffered. Raven's only crime was the need to placate Apollo with promises that compromised Raven's own happiness and well-being. Raven should have been honest and honored the season of inaction in his life. His story is a reminder to speak up for one's own needs and to not be afraid to say no. 2020 AD, Sacramento, California. Real life in the myth. I'll text that I'm on my way, a busy working mother mutters to herself as she pushes through her workplace's heavy, tall glass doors, just barely able to excuse herself from an important all-morning meeting. Her bosses were counting on her to stay late after the meeting to debrief and plan for the next day, but the mother had double-booked her plans again. She races to her car, hops in, and opens her lukewarm yogurt cup that was supposed to be breakfast, pouring it into her mouth because she forgot to bring a spoon. She should have left 30 minutes ago to make it on time to her next obligation. She lost track of time again and has to make up for her mistake. The woman's teenage children promised their friends she would not forget it's her turn to transport them to their basketball practice, which is 20 miles away. She would have asked her husband, but he makes such a big deal about transporting the kids that it is just easier for her to do it herself. But damn, she's late again and a little fed up. She's stretched thin, hasn't even eaten a full meal yet, and it is already 3 p.m. She probably will not fall asleep until midnight, as she has to catch up on some work emails, help her youngest with homework, and carve in some time to do a few household chores. She's physically and emotionally spent, and it's only Monday. Midnight would have been a dream of a bedtime, but her insomnia kept the sweet mother up until 1:30 a.m. Just as she drifts off to sleep, her alarm sounds too soon at 4:30 a.m., just in time for her to get up, get dressed, make lunches for the family, respond to 5 more work emails, and jump into the thick of rush hour traffic to make it to the office by 8 o'clock a.m. Her phone calendar dings with the reminder that she promised to go to a work dinner with her husband, when all she wants to do is put on her pajamas, watch reality TV, and eat junk food in her bed. She should have answered no when she was asked by other mothers to be the carpool for the neighborhood kids, or when her boss asked her to come in an hour earlier than her home life really can allow, or when her husband asked her last minute to accompany him to a work dinner. She still has to figure out what the kids will eat for dinner too. The word yes is not really serving her much anymore these days, and she's forgotten the importance of saying no when that's what her heart, mind, and spirit really needs her to say. Message from the stars to you. Fill your cup before beginning to pour your heart, soul, and energy into the cups of others. You cannot give what you don't have. We sabotage our own happiness and well-being by doing more for others than what they are willing to do for themselves. The next decision you make, be sure to consider you and your needs. Sacred self-care is needed at this time, especially during times of decision and change. How does this decision affect you? No matter if the decision is big or small, always factor you in the equation on whether or not you should take on a new responsibility or task. It is always a wonderful thing to give and share, but to do so from an empty vessel will serve no one. It may be time to consider charging money for your gifts or raising your prices for your products or services, especially if you're feeling depleted. An even exchange of energy is happening when you begin to charge for your services or assign a value to the time or talents you give to the world. Set the energy for your endeavors up front by being intentional about what or who you wish to show up in your life before the day gets underway. This means taking a few moments each morning to get clear about what it is you wish to manifest and how you wish to feel day to day. In family relationships, friendships, and personal life, this card signals a need to master the art of temperance and set healthy boundaries with loved ones. When standing up for yourself and your needs, remember that the end of a messy situation or relationship may be just the destruction and healing that's needed. Don't back down just because of someone's negative reaction. As a personality, I love that she included all my little sections. Of course, I had all these. I don't think anyone else did this. I think my section's the longest. As a personality, this card, positive attributes: kind, generous, cheerful, receptive, passionate, hospitable, nurturing, empathic, and sensual. And you can also say empathetic too. Negative attributes: prone to martyrdom and victimhood, tend to be apprehensive and pessimistic, indecisive, disorganized, moody, and experiences bouts of depression. Spiritual questions for healing. Does your obligations cup runneth over? If so, what are you willing to do about it? What are you willing to let go of to make room for more of what you do want in your life? And then she puts a little bio for me here. Kimberly Cooley is a Northern Californian tarot reader, the owner of Abundant Life Tarot, and a tarot online content creator. Her YouTube channel is Abundant Life Tarot, highlights her card collection and her tips on how to read tarot and oracle cards, and is a kind and authentic voice in the tarot community. Oh, she leaves my contact information too. I love that she included all my bits for my card meaning. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love it, love it, love it. It makes it so exciting and personal to see that come to life, and it makes me excited to use the deck and read everyone else's meanings. And she didn't spare any details, and I'm so glad she included all those bits. Yay. So that's exciting, guys. It's got me inspired because I've been wanting to start writing guidebooks, and I love writing. So this just kind of is confirmation from the universe, you know? Oh, I'm getting so jazzed and juiced. Okay, next up. Crux, the cross, the guiding light. Keywords: strength in adversity, staying centered, emotional maturity. Oh, I like that. Cygnus. What if love is the bridge between you and everything? Yeah. What if? Delphinus or Delphinus? I'm probably butchering that. It says, if we carry the work of our ancestors, are they not immortal? Now I have to look. The porpoise. Inheritance is the other word for it. In case I don't want to try to butcher Delphinus or Delphinus. Delphinus? I don't know. Keywords: life's work, ancestral collaboration, or unfinished business. Content warning: grief, death, trauma, and abuse. I'm definitely going to come back and read this. Oh my goodness. Oh, quite a bit too. Draco, the dragon, the big picture. Keywords: authenticity, values, legacy. Beautiful. I am loving it almost looks like there's scales here. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, reptilian a little bit. You know, the shedding of the skin. Authenticity. Shedding that what doesn't fit. Oh. Ecluse? I don't even know. Let's see what the little horse, the way of the prey. Keyword: retreat, rest, and choice. How can you offer anything authentic to the world if you can't retreat inward? Ew. This is so... stock is so nice. Eridanus. How might you flourish if you gave yourself permission to change? Gorgeous. What if judgment is just unfulfilled potential being mirrored back at us? Gemini. Hercules. Ask yourself, What are you really fighting for? What are you really fighting for? It's a very important question. And Hydra, are you fighting the monster in front of you or inside of you? Ooh, let's see what Hydra says. The monster within, keywords, pride, inner demons, reflection. Oh, yes. Leo, probably has something to do with strength and courage, I'm sure. What if you are so much stronger than you realize? Libra, what if you honored that some things are outside of your control? I love that. Get back in balance despite what's out of your control. I love that so much. Lupus, what if your past was just a story and your potential was endless? And it is. Lynx, what if you consciously decided to feel into all of the magic in the world around you? Lyra, what if you could be the love you never received? Once you were able to do that and embrace that, oh my goodness, the sky's the limit. In love and life and everything. Love yourself. That's where it all begins. Oh, let's see. Ophuchus? What if just because you can doesn't mean you should? I like that. Orion? This is fun. What uncharted territory will you explore? Look at the outfit. Pavo? What if you had to close your eyes to see clearly? Sometimes we do. Pegasus? What if loving... Oh, is that it? What if loving even the undiscovered parts of ourselves is the greatest act of revolution we are capable of? That's a powerful message. Perseus, given the chance to gaze into the void, wouldn't you? Or would you? Would you not? Phoenix, what will bloom from your ashes? Pisces, what if you believed in the power of your dreams? Sagittarius, what will you create that expands you? Scorpius, what if the darkest and most mysterious parts of ourselves are also what makes us the most alive? Serpents, what if you outgrow the idea that you are not enough? I like the questions. Taurus, how does your rage imprison you? Ursa Major, are you the hunter or the hunted? Ursa Minor, what if you could be the things you loved most about those who are gone? What if you could be the things you love most about those who are gone? And Virgo, what if you were sovereign unto yourself? So that's all of the cards. Let's see how they shuffle. It's so nice. I mean, really high quality, matte. Oh, just love it. Love it, love it, love it. I shouldn't. Let's see. Oh, it does have a little give. Oh my gosh. It even riffle shuffles gorgeously. What? I'm not going to do that as the regular, but look at that. It is so magical and gorgeous. I'm so excited for it. I really am. It was one of the few decks I'm waiting. I think I'm waiting for one more pre-order. And There's a couple of new ones out that I'm like, I gotta get, but I don't know. I'm just trying to be strong with my depth here. Here is the 8th House Tarot. And so it's a little more like glossier, and it's got, you know, the holographic fronts, but not this one. But I think they'll still play nicely with one another. And I'm excited. I'm so excited for this deck. It's been a while since I did a fun unboxing. This is a special one at that. All right, guys, that's it. That's all. Thank you so much for watching. So much love to you. And I will check out what everyone has to say in the comments about this. And I'm wishing you all so much love. Please take good care of yourselves. Bye.